You're doing a fix and flip. You got a hard money loan at 12% interest and 3 bips up front. Rehab goes flawless. Everything works great. And then you have to figure out how you're going to roll out of this deal, because your hard money lender allowed you to leverage up to 75% of the deal. What can you do now? Before you had multiple options to exit. Now it looks like you only have one option to exit. Do you readjust? Do you come back and circle back around and figure out where you went wrong? Or did you not stress test your deal enough before you decided to take on the hard money loan? So guys, this week, we're going to talk about hard money loans rolling into a DSCR, rolling out to a sale. There are multiple options that you guys can go through. But if you don't stress test your deal up front with your hard money lender, you're setting yourself up for failure. And before we get into it this week, guys, please subscribe and share. Over 85% of you guys watching the videos are not subscribed. We're building community. I'm sharing raw, real situations that I come across with my clients and myself. And I'm just going to tell it how it is. So if you like that, please, love to have you part of the community. So let's talk about it, guys. Hard money loan, you're looking to buy a property, you're going to rehab it, and then either sell it or keep it, however you want to do that through a DSCR. The front end piece that I'm starting to see a lot more issues and challenges is when you come down to your ARV. Markets are fluctuating every single day. We all get that. Houses are closing every single day. But the one thing that we're not stress testing is that ARV and the loan to value. I'm going to share my experiences, some client experiences, but then also what I call the Ryan Fudge factor, and why I look at ground up construction, or now we're moving into modular builds, just for the simple fact costs can be controlled a lot more effectively. So a deal that I have in Cleveland, it's still going on. The investors bought the property, rehabbed it to duplex, and, and they're ready to go to roll out of their hard money. Both sides of the duplex are rented, so that's good, wonderful. The challenge is they anticipated, there's two challenges on this deal. They anticipated the ARV to be, and I'm having a look at my notes so I don't forget anything, guys, $135,000. Their hard money lender let them go up to 75%, which is $101,250. That's 75%. So the first red flag on this deal is they're maxed out on loan to value. There's very few lenders that will let you go 80%. So right out of the chute, this investor is going to have to come out of pocket to pay off his hard money loan. Second thing, appraisal came in light. Appraisal didn't come in at 135, didn't come in at 125, came in at 120. So $15,000 off. So right then and there, they're already maxed out and then some. So they're going to come out of pocket even more on the deal. Now, how did this go sideways? I think there's two things. One, the stress test up front, to where the investor was not local, which I'm not saying you can't be a distant investor, but they did not stress test the property. They took the word of who they were using on the ground, and got misled, to say the least. The renovations went well, but they didn't because they took longer than anticipated, which then had them extend their hard money, which cost them 1.5 basis points extra. So now they're 3.5 in basis points, double digit on interest. It's bleeding and they need to get out, and the appraisal comes in light. So the first thing is they want to do a reconsideration of value, which we did, but we cannot find any true comps because how they set the deal up was there is also I want to call it an attic, but I don't know what else to describe it, but it is a heated area above both units that could be used as a additional bedroom. And they were looking to have that bedroom added to the bedroom count, which the appraiser said no, because of the ceiling height and also because there was not a closet, and easy fix was they needed smoke detector and carbon monoxide, which could be fixed. So realistically, by code, that bedroom doesn't work. So they were counting on that to be an additional bedroom that would get them over the top. That failed. Reconsideration of value goes through, no change. So the next thing they want to do is let's order another appraisal. By all means, they can do that. This hasn't been placed with a lender yet, so it's ordered in our name as the broker. So that's perfectly fine. But they don't want to pay for the additional appraisal. They want one ordered, but don't want to pay for it. That's a problem. Just for the simple fact, I didn't create this deal. I'm not going to pay for your appraisal. You're the one that wants to do this deal. You need to get out of it. You're going to have to pay for it. So they're working on that piece. Now, back to the hard money. When they put this deal together, they went up to $101,000, which is 75%, capped out, maxed. So they already were pretty much putting themselves in a position to where they cannot do a DSCR refinance. They cannot hold that property. They only can sell it. Period. End of story, to get the deal out and make money. Otherwise, they're going to be putting money out of their own pocket, which they don't want to do. The piece that I want to stress, hard money loans, bridge loans, whatever you want to use up front, I think they're great. They're a tool. You have to be able to find the right use for that tool. And one of the biggest things that I see nowadays with markets shifting, and also rents declining are ARV and rents. Rents are coming down, ARVs are coming down. Interest rates are going up. So if we do not stress test upfront, one, understanding the ARV, go to worst case scenario of the ARV. Figure out what that is. Does your property pass that stress test? If it does, great. Thumbs up, you're good to go. If it doesn't, you've got to figure out where you need to trim on the renovation budget. And if you can't trim on the renovation budget, can you trim on the purchase? If you can't trim on either of those, this is not a deal you should be in. Don't get emotionally attached to this deal or a deal. I preach it, I talk about it, and it's a very difficult situation to be in. But once you find something, you're locked in, you're ready to go. Homework, stress test. The other piece of this is this. When you're rehabbing a property, and I'm sure you know this, you have to have some fudge factor put in place. Whether it is renovation goes over, you have a longer hold time, which will cost you money, or 3, weather delay, whatever the case is. Anything that delays the project or anything that impacts the project is going to increase your costs, which then ultimately increases your budget and how much you're spending. So typically what I'm telling my clients and myself, I live by this, is use a 15 to 20% fudge factor. Build that into your budget so you're protected. So God forbid if something happens, you have that slush fund there, knowing that it will get you over the hump, keep you well below the 75% loan to value, and make sure you've got multiple exit strategies. Two last things, guys. One, don't ever max out your rehab, your fix and flip, whatever you want to call it, your buy and hold to 75%, not even 70%. Get yourself into the 60s if you can. But if you go anything higher than 65, you're putting yourself at risk to not be able to refinance out. There's closing costs that you have to pay. There's carrying costs that you're going to have to pay your hard money lender. So whether you're going to do a rate and term or a cash out refinance, you actually have to have enough room for the costs to close that deal or come out of your own pocket for those costs. But 99% of the people I work with do not want to come out of pocket. They just want the cost to be rolled into the deal, move on, be done. And lastly, when your hard money lender does some type of appraisal, whether it's a desktop appraisal or a physical appraisal, take a look at the appraisal, see what they're using as comps. Make sure your comps are matched up to theirs. But if your comps are different than what the investor / hard money lender is using, you need to go back and work your numbers and re-stress test your project. Just to make sure. No surprises, no craziness. Because you are in this game to make money. And so if it takes you another day to stress test the additional numbers, who cares? You're not on the hook with any type of deal. Until you actually sign on the dotted line with that hard money lender or any lender, you're not on the hook. Just double check your numbers and make sure they're solid before you get into a deal. Otherwise, you're put into a situation to where you're not going to be able to refinance out. You'll only be able to sell. I take that back. You'd be able to refinance out, but you're going to have to come out of pocket. And if you're stuck only being able to sell, are you going to be able to sell at the top of the market of what you thought your ARV is going to be? I don't know. The market is fluctuating and we have to be as cautious as we possibly can. And always make sure if you are not 100% on a deal, have somebody that you trust 100% look at your deal and say yes or no to it and walk through it and have some rhyme and reason behind it. That's it, guys. That is the biggest takeaway. Have rhyme and reason in your deals. I want to see everyone succeed. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you guys on the other side. Be blessed.